translation for every programme.
Hello and welcome to the programme. First, the pressure of GCSE exams is being blamed tonight for the disappearance of a teenage schoolboy. Hello and welcome to the programme. First, the pressure of GCSE exams is being blamed tonight for the disappearance of a teenage schoolboy.
In Parliament, informed by the DBC and other deaf organisations, some MPs and Lords are fighting to get provision for access inserted into the bill. In March, Lord Ashley moved an amendment in the House of Lords that would force the new digital broadcasters to provide, within 10 years, 95% access via subtitles, 10% access via sign language, and for blind people, 50% access via audio description, a separate digital soundtrack describing what is happening. He summed up the arguments for this move towards equal opportunity.
Amendment 3012 of Lord Ashley of Stoke.
Each year, hearing people have available to them, according to the ITC BBC figures, over 200,000 hours of terrestrial, satellite and cable television, and yet 62,000 deaf people, profoundly deaf people, reliant on sign language, have no access to general programmes. This means that they're prohibited from watching television. New technology will enable the signing to be done without being visible to the hearing audience, and that will be encouraged by this amendment. And if this amendment, or anything the noble Lord can present to the House, does not become part of this bill, then there is no doubt whatever that deaf and hard of hearing and blind people will be excluded from enjoying digital television, and that really would be a terrible deprivation. We've now got a unique opportunity to include them in this new television era.
The amendment was not passed in the House of Lords, but on April the 30th, at the House of Commons committee stage, Robert Hughes MP succeeded in getting the amendments for 95% subtitling, 10% signing and 50% audio description added to the bill by the narrowest of votes, 13 to 12. The next stage of the bill's progress towards becoming an act will come later this month, when it'll be debated again in the House of Commons before its final third reading. The government may yet move to drop the amendments on the grounds of cost to the new digital broadcasters. But the DBC, the BDA and the RNID have called for a lobby of Parliament on June the 12th to demand that MPs vote to keep the access amendment.
So, what can we do to try and ensure that the subtitling and sign language provisions are not removed from the bill? With me now are David Wilson, Chairman of the DBC, and Simeon Hart, the British Deaf Association's representative on the DBC. What will you be doing to try and make sure that these provisions for access get into the final Broadcasting Act and become law?
The BDA, the DBC and the RNID need to work in close collaboration to make sure sign language is included in the law, especially for the campaign on June the 12th. That's vital.
We want to encourage deaf people to try to contact their MPs. Really hammer it home to them. Get up petitions and try and make sure we have full support.
You have to contact your MPs in your local constituencies where you live. Send them a letter or have a meeting with them. Try to explain to them the importance of including sign language on television and subtitling, which should be 95%. The weak areas are some Conservatives who really tend to ignore you. You need to get a petition going and campaign in those areas. Only that way will it become law. If we don't, we'll fail. So target those weak areas. Deaf people have to be aware of that.
The DBC has been recognised for its achievements in subtitling, but criticised for not doing the same for signing. How can we resolve that and improve sign language services?
Well, at that time, the DBC consisted mainly of oralists. There were very few signers, and the oralists wanted subtitling. But as time progressed, more and more deaf people became involved, and the demands have changed. More deaf people want sign language. English isn't our first language. We have difficulty reading it, and sign language access would help us. So the BDA and the DBC have worked quite closely together to campaign for this. 10% of programmes to be signed to start with, and we hope to increase the percentage later. That's why it's important to work together.
I would like to see the TV companies commit themselves to including more deaf-signed programmes of all varieties. Not just deaf issues, but other programmes, such as gardening, deaf quizzes. The potential is enormous, and the scope is wide. They should commit themselves to including that.
David Wilson, Simeon Hart, thank you very much, and good luck for the lobby of Parliament on June the 12th.
If you'd like to know more about the Deaf Broadcasting Council and its activities, write for information to this address. DBC, 70 Blackett's Wood Drive, Chorleywood, Rickmansworth, Hearts, WD3 5QQ. Whatever the long term may hold for Deaf TV, we know what our short-term future is. We have to take a summer break now, but we'll be back in October with another series of Sign On.
We hope you've enjoyed being with us over the past few weeks. If you've any comments on our programmes or suggestions for future programmes, why not write or send us a video letter? The address is Sign On, Tyne Tees Television, City Road, Newcastle upon Tyne, NE1 2AL.
Thank you for watching, but for now, until October, it's goodbye from us.
Goodbye.
Don't forget there's more information about our programmes in the Sign On pages in British Deaf News and on Deaf View, Channel 4 Teletext, page 685. That's Deaf View, Channel 4 Teletext, page 685.
Clive's proposal has left the two sides poised on the brink of war. Epic adventure next.